Hello, Internet, and thank you very much for tuning into the Cloud Native FM podcast. You're watching Cloud Native Wisdom, a short video series. And this one is very important. I think going into the 2026, we're living in a world where always next few years, or might be the decade, we're always facing a question, is AI replacing us, or will it already be replaced by we already been replaced and we don't know about it. But it's confusing question. People have always their opinion. But I try to find a balance here. How to use AI to build something that is really important for me, on where things AI is helping us a lot, and how to build a career in the ages of the AI as well. With all this topic, Richard will tell me the one question, and that's very important. How to reskill in the age of AI. Richard, give me some good news first.
I guess I mean AI is here to stay. So everybody who's in the kind of the IT and tech sort of business and the sector will need to reskill at some level or another. So whether it's just learning how to do prompt engineering or context engineering, as it's now being called, that's you need to learn that. You need to learn how to use the tools. You need to learn how to use Copilot or ChatGPT or whatever your business allows you to basically use. And obviously, in your sort of um, personal life as well, you need to kind of get to grips with that sort of stuff and be savvy in terms of being able to use those types of tools. So I mean, I have friends who are actually already talking to their phones and into ChatGPT. They've actually gone beyond typing into the prompts into ChatGPT. They're just using voice conversation with ChatGPT. So that aspect of it, I think you need to do as an IT professional, as somebody in the tech or IT industry. You need to do that. And then beyond that is whether you want to actually be in that space yourself. So if you're not kind of a data scientist or an MLOps engineer or an AI architect or something like that, then how do you get to those types of jobs? How do you achieve that? Well, I guess we're not going to be able to cover everything here, but the point is that you would need to strive towards achieving that. So you line up all of your sort of career options and capabilities both within your current role and maybe a future role, and you gear it towards that that aim, towards that particular sort of goal that you want to achieve. So whether if you want to become an ML ops engineer, then you have to go and learn all the things around sort of what does ML ops sort of entail. And there's lots of charts to look at. The one that we've been talking about is from Bridge Kishore Pandey. So he's done a really good chart he's put together. We'll try and make the chart available to you guys so you can have a look at it. That talks about a complete agentic AI roadmap. It looks at a complete generative AI roadmap. And again, steps around machine learning as an engineer, so an ML engineer or ML ops engineer roadmap, as well as an AI engineer roadmap as well. And each one is described in terms of the steps and what you need to do to actually learn the new skills that are required in that space. Now, these things are not easy to do, so it's not always possible to follow these steps and then be able to achieve the things that you require, because they can be very complicated. Some of the technologies and the skills required may not be something that you possess. You're not able to do the kind of the mathematical stuff and the algorithms and things like that of machine learning, because you need to go and learn all that kind of stuff in the background as well before you can kind of get to become a AI engineer or an ML ops engineer or something like that. But they do show you a path in terms of the things that you want to achieve. So if you're really determined to do that, then this is a really good path for you to take. On top of that, you also have all of the free courses that have been made available, and there's an absolute ton of those. You can go to all the kind of usual, online training type of portals, the edXs of the world, and all the other ones that are available out there. And again, there's a plethora of free courses that you can pick there. But what I would suggest is that you look at some of the really good courses, and that's what I've been doing from the likes of the major vendors in this space. So look at the free courses from OpenAI, from NVIDIA, from Google, from IBM, Microsoft, Anthropic. All of them have put together a collection of courses, which again we will make the links to all of those available to you. And they go from very basic. They go from what is Gen AI all the way to kind of sort of data scientist type of activity and everything in between. So I think that's a really good, more general, being a sort of well-rounded sort of having that kind of well-rounded skill set around Gen AI, which will help you in many things, not just in one particular role, like being an MLOps engineer or something, but actually just in general conversations with your own customers or colleagues, or actually, making some advancement within your existing organization as well. So if there's openings for new types of roles that are in this sort of Gen AI space, I think having this background knowledge from these free courses, I think all of these courses are free as far as I know, is really, I think, very useful. And you can then, go and learn these things at your own pace. Don't worry about, things like, AI agents coming in and agentic AI and so on coming in. All of this stuff will still be around in, many years to come. So the skills that you're learning today are not going to be out of date, tomorrow, because it's all around this sort of, one collective area, this kind of, community of technologies around Gen AI. So that would be really my sort of suggestion, that you look at some of these general courses that are available from these vendors. That gives you kind of the basics of kind of learning things, and then you advance to some of the other courses that are available from them as well, all free, as I said. But then you also maybe, like I said, focus on like the roadmaps that we've been discussing, which will take you in a particular direction. So it might be an MLOps, as we said, engineer. It might be an AI engineer, might be an AI architect, or whatever. And those will help you to then really have that kind of T-shaped sort of view of your skills. So you have the kind of the broader view, you have broader understanding of stuff, but then you specialize down into one particular area, like being an MLOps engineer, for example. So just looking at that, for example, just to give you an idea, you start with things like maths and statistics. You learn things like Python. You do data structures and algorithms. You advance to MLOps libraries. You go to MLOps algorithms. How do you clean and prepare data? Is that data programming or data preparation and processing? You look at things like deep learning to understand neural networks. You look at AI frameworks. So these work with things like TensorFlow and PyTorch, and some of those are the kind of the frameworks that you can use to run your AI models and applications. And then look at model deployment. What does an entire stack look like? If I was to build this for myself or for my company or for a customer, what does the AI stack, what does the Gen AI stack look like? And again, the likes of Gartner and various other ones have produced their own sort of charts around that. So again, you can do that. And then that map continues to projects and portfolios, so now actually building and showcasing machine learning projects, to then being preparing yourself for the interview process, and then going out and actually searching for an MLOps engineer job. So that's a lot to take in. That's like 12 steps to take in, and that's going to take a long time to do. But the point is that you have to start somewhere. And like I said, this stuff is not going to run out tomorrow. We're not going to be kind of talking about quantum computing or something like that anytime soon. That's going to, that's coming down the line. But Gen AI is still going to be there, and you still need to kind of learn these things if you really want a job that's related to this particular type of technology. As I said, if you're higher up, if you're a CTO or an IT, director or a CIO watching this, and that's, what you need to do there is actually understand it for your own personal benefit, not to be left behind. So prompt engineering, context engineering, all that kind of stuff, I think is still useful, even at that sort of C-suite level. It's very, very important to understand that.
Yes, absolutely. That's perfect. Makes sense here because I think one of the thing is really I'd like about in the AI particularly. Back in our days, we used to do everything from scratch. If you want to do a Linux hands-on experience in the DevOps engineering paradigm shift, you have to do a take. You work with the one. You go into the system, open up a laptop, watch all the courses from the entire end, and then you go into the Kubernetes container, then you go into the WASM, Prometheus monitoring tooling, and you're doing all these things from scratch. And you doesn't know the knowledge, how those all work together. And I think that's where the AI part can really help you. Oh, here's an AI command that can help you in the same environment where the Kubernetes cluster is running. Or here's the command of the
Yeah.
Kubernetes that can actually spun out resources to see how many traces, logs, and events are appearing and what their bandwidth are as well. So I don't think so. Being living in 2026 or 2020, whenever the people are watching this, there's a need to learn everything from the scratch. You need to build up the synchronization. And I always tell people like, it's always remember you already have some existing skills. In order to map those skills, you need a wide set of balance and the roadmap and the timetable as well. Sometimes people build a
Mhm.
roadmap, but they couldn't find the timetable. Sometimes they build the timetable, they don't have the roadmap.
True.
And sometimes they both have the timetable and the roadmap, they don't have the skills. So it's always been a hustle between going on as well. So I think AI in particularly is helping you build up the roadmap, and they slower your time, and they can give you the skill on the right amount of time so you can move along with your journey as well. So I think people are not using AI on the learning phases, and that pissed me off. We are accelerating in an innovation cycle. AI can help me find, troubleshoot in the Kubernetes cluster and remediate my problem. AI can do some AWS DevOps agents kind of capabilities. AI can help me draft a documentation for my project. AI can help me write a template for my sales cycle. AI can help me for the HR portal, how many employees are working and to set up their KPIs. But internally, how AI can help me in learning my new skills and been adopting to accelerating my skills. I don't think this is happening anywhere. And that's a
Mm.
problem going forward as well. Even though you are HR and AI can crafting you Excel sheet for writing the KPIs, but still you need some learning methodologies of all those procedure and principle place inside the organization. If you are a DevOps engineer, AI crafting you some of the skill, some of the logical command lines tooling. Yes, you are happy, but you need to know what developers are doing in their laptop. And developers are using AI to write their code. They need to know where the application code is being deployed. And if the system engineer is being so, I'm happy AI can help me understand, can give me remediation for the security CV exposure, and it doesn't know what the tooling the developer and the DevOps team doing, bro, you're not learning. And there's a matter of the time, there's things cripple down as well. So my biggest take is that use AI to learn new skills. And I think I wish I know this earlier in back in the days. I think that would be my skill as well. But I would love to see. I think I would love to see what our viewers are, because this channel and the Cloud Therapist channel is dedicated to accelerate their learning experience and learning journey along the way as well. So we want to learn from our viewers what they want to see in our YouTube channel in 2026, what new topic we want to cover, and you tell us like what literally you want to see on those channels as well. But without any big delays, I can wish here Happy Christmas, Happy New Year, and I wish is 2026 give us real experience of life and giving us more time to work with our families and being finding some more vacations in a very tired and chaotic world where AWS services went down and Cloudflare as well. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye. And we will speak with you soon in 2026.